All right, we live. All right, clap it up. All right, Thursday scripture breakdown. I'm a piece of Catholic Gadalhar. Over two things today, two topics. I'm gonna start with it. I'm gonna start with the topics first, and then I'm gonna get your questions at the end of the class. All right, back towards the end. All right. All right, let's go here. Let's get to the return of Jesus Christ. Let's start with Matthew 24:6. Matthew 24:6. Let me know when you got it. You can title this the return of Christ is sooner than you think.
You want to read it? Or?
Yeah, go ahead. Read it from when you got it.
Matthew 24:6.
No, let the young man read it.
Oh, it's like
No.
Matthew 24, chapter 24, verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Right, you're gonna hear of wars and rumors of wars. How long you been hearing about wars and rumors of wars? Forever, right? I've been hearing about them since I was born. Before that, they had that. You know what I'm saying? So you would hear about these things, right? Go ahead.
See that ye be not troubled.
Why shouldn't you be troubled? Rashford, go ahead.
because we're the truth.
Yeah, that you're in the truth. Well, okay, being in the truth doesn't mean you shouldn't be troubled. Why shouldn't you be troubled?
Why shouldn't we?
Yeah, like I need more, a little more specific.
We shouldn't be troubled because we know that this is part of the process of being free.
That okay, I'll take that.
Answer, but
No, that's good. That's good. Because you know that we've been prophesying this, right? You shouldn't be troubled because you know this is exactly what has to happen for Christ to return, right? So you said it correct. You know what I mean? And what else? Why shouldn't you be troubled? Go ahead.
So like Christ is coming back. He's coming back to save us and destroy the people that oppress us.
Our enemies, right? And it's because you know you're doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? That's another reason why you shouldn't be troubled. Because you live in a life already that sets you up for success. You understand? That's a life you want to lead, is a life of success, of knowing that you're making your what? Sure. Election sure, right? You got to remember that. This ain't about chance in the UPK. This ain't about leaving it up to chance. We're trying to make our election sure. You understand? Go ahead.
For all these things must come to a pass.
Uh-huh.
But the end is not yet.
But the end is not what?
Yet.
So all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Meaning we're towards the end, but it ain't the end just yet. We still have more trials to go through, more tribulations to go through, more wars to happen, more hunger to happen, right? More nations rising against nations, what we're going to read, right? Go ahead.
Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation.
Go ahead.
And kingdom against kingdom.
And kingdom against kingdom. Go ahead.
And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places.
Right, so all those things are already happening, right? You see famines, you see pestilence. What's a pestilence? Give me pestilence in the Bible, in the dictionary. Or if someone knows, what's pestilence? Young man, go ahead. You had your hand up, sorry.
I was trying to find pestilence.
Oh, no sweat. Let me know when you got it.
I got it, sir.
And give me famine too, so we can break down to the people watching. Go ahead.
Pestilence out of the Merriam-Webster's dictionary,
Mm-hmm.
a contagious or infectious epidemic disease that is virulent and devastating.
Right. That's like what was the common one we just had? COVID, right?
Right.
That's the one we just had. COVID. Before COVID, it was the swine flu, the bird flu. Before that, it was the what was that in the 1920s, I believe, the Black Plague. I heard about that before, right? Like all these things happened. Those things happened. It was more in during the time of like the Renaissance. It was another plague that hit around that time. You know what I mean? It's all these things always happen. Go ahead. Oh, so like you got the famines?
Sir.
Go ahead.
I have famine.
Yeah, go ahead. Read it.
Famine. In dictionary definition from Oxford Language Dictionary. Extreme scarcity of food.
Extreme scarcity of food. And what countries have famine? What countries are experiencing famine right now?
Africa.
Yeah, all of them.
All
Damn
of
near. You know what I'm saying? South America, Central America. There's places in America where people can't get food. They're experiencing famine. Of course, they're not going to report on that because it's America. The people are hungry. You understand? Go ahead.
Drought could result in famine.
Yeah.
Throughout the region.
That's what happened in Egypt. The Lord sent a drought in Egypt, dried up everything. You understand? He could do that. He could do that in a blink of a stroke of an arrow, a pen. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back to the Bible.
Verse 8.
Yeah.
All these are the beginning of sorrow.
All these are the beginning of what?
Sorrows.
All these are the beginning of sorrows. This is the beginning of things to come. Y'all understand that, right? These are things that are beginning to come. We heard this, the number one precept you got to pull when you're talking about this, right? Any more?
That's it, sir.
Go ahead. Give me 2nd Esdras 9:1. 2nd Esdras 9:1.
Come, sir.
Mm-hmm. Oh, of course, like let me touch on this. Of course, you know about the earthquakes. You know about the hurricanes. You know about the world disasters that can happen. Wait, what's it called now? It's not. It's called natural disasters, right? Natural disasters that can happen, right? Those things happen. Go ahead.
2nd Esdras, chapter 9, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Go ahead.
And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
So now the Lord said this, right? You have to measure the time. So when you see things like this, what should it do to you? What should it do to you? If you see things that we read in the Bible, what should it do to you? Go ahead.
Well, it should make us remain focused and making our election sure.
Exactly. You should focus up. You should focus up. These are the signs that the Lord said he's going to send you to warn you of what times it is. You get what I'm saying? He's going to show you what time it is all the time. So now you can say, oh, okay, well, damn, I know that this time is getting shorter. Let me get myself together. You get what I'm saying? And since I know the time is getting short, let me prepare. Let me sharpen up, right? Let me make sure that I'm getting all my affairs in order because the Lord is sending me signs that the Bible says, right? Go ahead.
Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, verse 4, then shalt thou well understand.
Then you should well understand. Go ahead.
That the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee.
Come on, go ahead. Even
from the beginning. Verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end.
You understand that, right? Everything that was made in the world has a beginning and an end. That's what the Bible says. So we have to understand these things and we can't take them for granted, right? We got to look at these things and say, this is what the Lord was talking about. This is exactly what the Bible was talking about. And this is why we shouldn't be troubled because why? We know the future. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
We know the future. This ain't going to be a surprise. It's a thing we know that was coming. And the Lord prepared us by bringing us here and it was able to give us the tools so we can sharpen our sword. You understand?
Okay.
All right. Let me get a little more. No, it's like me another precept. Let me get Revelations 1:7.
This is the book of Revelation. What chapter?
1:7.
1:7. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 7.
Go ahead.
Behold, he cometh with clouds.
He coming with what?
Clouds.
Go ahead.
And every eye shall see him.
What are clouds? What is clouds, Oscar?
Talking about chariots.
Yes. Christ will come with clouds. Behold. Remember, this is John the Revelator, right? The brother who seen the visions of the time of the end. You get what I'm saying? He's seen the visions of things that were going to happen in the end. He's seen the visions of he would write down his visions and people would break it down and say, oh, that's what this is talking about right here. You know what I'm saying? He talked about how Christ looked, right? He talked about what's going to happen when Christ returns, when Christ comes to America. He talked about the spirit that's going to be on the daughter of Babylon during that time. He talked about all of these things in his dreams, that the vision that the Lord gave him. Right from the top one more time.
Revelations 1, verse 7.
Yep.
Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
Right. Everyone is gonna see the chariots. You understand? And when those chariots come on the earth, you know what I mean, from outer space, everyone is gonna see those chariots. Right? The chariots are gonna come, and everyone's gonna see them. Go ahead.
And they also which pierced him,
And the people who pierced him, who killed Christ, go ahead.
and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him.
And they all shall wail because of him. Give me wail in the dictionary. W-A-I-L, right? Give me that real quick.
The word wail in the Merriam-Webster dictionary,
Mm-hmm.
to express sorrow, audibly, lament.
To express sorrow, what?
Audibly.
Audibly. Give me audibly in the dictionary.
Audibly, heard or capable of being heard. Other words is that's it.
That's good. Capable of being heard. Screams. You understand? That's what wail means. Screams. Screams that, like, you know, that you probably would never forget.
Right.
You understand? That's what that scream, that's that wail, that's what wailing is. Right? It's like when someone passes away, someone wails. You know what I mean? Someone, a loved one that you really cherish, they pass away, you'll wail. A woman more will wail. It's a scream that you can't forget. Yes, the end of 7?
Come.
They're good to go. All right. Give me Jeremiah 3:23. Lab, if you can find me awake.
Isaiah?
Yeah.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 23.
Go ahead.
Truly in vain is salvation hoped for. Salaki. Verse 23. Jeremiah 3, verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills.
Yep.
And from the multitude of mountains. Truly in the Lord, our God, the salvation of Israel.
That's where your salvation is. Where's the salvation of Israel?
In God.
In the Lord, your Father. You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Not from the hills, not from the mountains. What do those hills and mountains represent? Ash?
Governments.
The governments. What government are we looking at?
American government.
American government. That's the perfect precept for voting too, by the way. You don't vote. You get what I'm saying? It's a perfect precept for vote. You don't vote. We don't look to them for our salvation. You understand? We never have. We I mean, in the world we have, but we never will again. We never should look at them as the people who's going to save us. You know what I mean? No man can save you out your oppression. No man can save you out your poverty, your spiritual poverty. Can't save you. But surely in the Lord where your salvation is. You understand, right? Give me Isaiah 46:13. You got that, Lahab?
Isaiah 52:1.
Go ahead.
Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion.
Right. Awake, awake. Why is he telling you to awake? Because you're asleep. You get what I'm saying? This is a job of a prophet to tell the people to wake up. To wake up. You see what's going on? Why are you asleep? Why are you taking this lightly? Why do you think it's a joke? Why do you think it won't happen in your lifetime? You know what I'm saying? That's what most of the people think. It ain't gonna happen in my lifetime. So, you know, I'm not so much worried about it. That's what they did in to Arya, right? That's what they did to him. That's what they did to Christ. So they beat their fellow servant. Can you give me that out? You can read the rest of this, and can you give me in Matthew? Is it Matthew? Where they beat that fellow servant because they said that Christ wasn't coming back. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
You got that? You know what I'm talking about? Nazar? Take this one over. Take over 52:1. Isaiah 52:1. Lahab, find that for me, all right? Yeah. And then give me Romans where it says it's high time for you to awake.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 52 and verse 1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion.
Mm-hmm.
Put on thy beautiful garments.
Put on thy strength and put on your beautiful garments. Go ahead.
O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean.
Perfect. That's it right there. No more coming. There are no more coming to thee, the uncircumcised and the unclean. Because everyone will be what? Of us. All right, you got that, Lahar?
I'm gonna start from verse 48.
Matthew what?
Matthew 24 and 48.
Matthew 24 and 48. Go ahead.
Matthew 24 and 48.
Mm-hmm.
But and if that evil servant shall say in his heart,
This is what an evil servant will say in his heart, right? About Christ not coming back. Go ahead.
my Lord delayeth his coming.
He what?
Delayeth his coming.
The Lord delayeth his coming. When you think about the Lord delaying his coming, how would you act? That's what this cat did. He had an evil spirit on him. Go ahead.
And shall begin to smite his fellow servants,
Mm-hmm.
and to eat and drink with the drunken.
Right now he goes back to doing what? Reverting back to being that man in the world, because my Lord delayeth his coming. You know what I'm saying? He's not thinking about Christ coming back tomorrow. How should you live your life? Like Christ is coming back tomorrow. That's what I was taught. Live your life like Christ is coming back tomorrow. Don't think about it. Of course, the Bible says what? Measure the time diligently. See the signs of heaven. All those things are true, but live your life like it's like tomorrow Christ is going to return. Now this cat, he said the Lord delayeth his coming. So what do? I'm gonna go get drunk with the drunkards. I'm gonna be a base man with the baseless. I'm gonna be like that because Christ ain't coming back. So I'm gonna just continue to live my life as a Christian. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna continue to live my life like I can be forgiven every single day, like a Christian, right? Because the Lord delayeth my coming. Any more? It's coming.
There's more on that.
Go ahead.
You go to 51.
Mhm.
Verse 50. The Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him.
One more time.
The Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him.
That's when the Lord is gonna come. When you're not looking for him. When you're not, give me the word. When you're not
Ready?
That's perfect. Here's another word I want. When you're not,
It's like awake.
thank you. When you're not awake. You understand? When you're not focused. So what does it tell you about yourself? Stay focused. How focused were you during the Day of Atonement?
Real
Yeah.
concert, real
Yeah.
focused.
Real focused.
You're trying to make sure that you in those scriptures doing what you need to do, so you don't think about drinking or eating.
Man, I was so focused, I didn't even open the fridge. Usually I open, like, you pass a Day of Atonement, just because I'm not focused, I open the fridge and go, damn, I can't even go in there. You ever did that before? That's normal, right? You just normal to open the fridge 3-4 times. You're like, damn, I can't get nothing. I was so focused, I didn't even open the fridge. I knew exactly what time it was. You get what I'm saying? I was like, this is the type of focus that the Lord requires. You get what I'm saying? Just thinking about all day how you can't do something. And that's how you got to think about the Lord's return. That's how you got to think about your preparation. Like, it's now. You get what I'm saying? It's right now. It's not tomorrow. It's not another day. It's right now. If you live your life like that, then you will never get the thing you need to get done. You understand?
Right.
So you got to be extremely focused. That means what? Do what a man does to stay prepared. That's it. Do what a man does to stay prepared. Make sure that your mind is sharp. Give me that Ecclesiasticus 2:1, not Karatazar. Ecclesiasticus 2:1. Go ahead, Lahak, keep reading.
And in an hour that he is not aware of.
In an hour that he's not aware of. Go ahead.
51. And shall cut him asunder,
Mm-hmm.
and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites.
And he's going to cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. Go ahead.
There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
And that's what's going to happen. Weeping and gnashing of teeth. And your tears ain't going to matter then. You get what I'm saying? Your tear is over with then. Go ahead, Lahak.
When you look up like gnashing of teeth, those are like, I see people put their fingers in their mouth when they're so scared.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
There it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's terrified, right? Who got that? You got Ecclesiasticus? Go ahead.
Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
You got to prepare yourself for temptation, right? Go ahead. If you come to serve the Lord, remind you, The Lord said this: if you listen, my son, if you come to serve me, prepare your soul for temptation. What's going to come to you? Temptation. That's what he just said, right? Go ahead.
Set thy heart aright.
Get your mind right. Your heart is your mind. So get your mind right. Set your mind all right. You ever told yourself, like, I'll go to the gym. I remember before I started going to the gym, I'm like, I got to get mentally prepared. I know this is going to be hell. I know that I got to get on a diet. I got to go to the gym. That is crazy. I got to lift weights and sweat. And it's a whole process. You got to get mentally correct. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to court, you got to get mentally prepared. You're going to your job every morning. You got to get mentally prepared. You know what I'm saying? And here, when you come to serve God, you got to get mentally prepared. Get your heart all right. Get your mind right. Go ahead.
And constantly endure.
And constantly what?
Endure.
And constantly endure. Go ahead.
And make not haste in times of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Cleave unto him and depart not away, that you may be increased at its last end. Go, keep going.
Verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
Whatever you go through, take cheerfully. You understand? Whatever you go through, whether it's good or bad, the Lord said, take cheerfully. Go ahead.
And be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
And be what?
And be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
That's when everyone wants to leave the truth. When they get changed to a low estate. When they say, well, you know, in the world, I didn't have to deal with this. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You understand, right? You absolutely did. The only problem is that you was getting high when you was going through it. Now you're not getting high. Now it's the hardest thing you ever done. Now the truth is your problem. Right. Now the truth is just another burden. Oh my goodness. You gotta pay camp funds. Gotta set up, go to camp. What the hell am I doing? It's because of this truth. I gotta get up out of here. And then they leave the truth and like, I want to come back. But you come back, no problem. I'm not stopping you. We just know that you can't constantly endure. You know what I'm saying? We just know that you probably just not built for it. You can come back though. No sweat. You know what I mean? But that's not what a soldier does. You understand that, right? All right, we good to go on that? Give me Isaiah 46 and 13. Did you hold this on, Mike?
Romans 13, 11.
Yeah, read that for me.
Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
You understand this, right? It's high time for people to wake up out of sleep, man. It's a high time. Go ahead.
For now is our salvation.
For now is our what?
Salvation.
Our what?
Salvation.
Our what?
Salvation.
Go ahead.
Nearer than when we believe.
You understand that? Now our salvation is nearer than when we believe. When I heard the truth, I believed. But now salvation is at hand. Y'all understand, right? Now it's closer than you ever could imagine. You get it? Now it's closer than you ever could imagine. We living in it right now. We're at what they say, the 11th hour. Is that what they say? We at the 11th hour. That's somebody look up the 11th hour when it comes to war. Someone look that up. We at the 11th hour. We're at the footsteps, the doorstep of World War III. We're there. You know what I'm saying? You see World War III kick off. What do you know next was going to happen? You're going to see war for a time. And in the middle of the war, that's when everything pops. Go ahead, Ash.
So the definition for 11th hour?
Go ahead.
The latest possible moment.
Say it again.
The latest possible moment.
It's the latest possible moment. In the 80s, when they was having the Cuban what's it called? Cuban Missile Crisis, right? They called that the 11th hour. Yeah, they thought they was going into a World War III then. You get what I'm saying? But you're here now. Right. And it was important that they didn't go back then because the prophecy didn't come past yet. The prophecy is coming past now. It's funny. All right.
So
go ahead.
To add, sir, before it's too late.
No, go ahead. Before it's too late.
That's the end.
Perfect. Before it's what?
Too late.
Before it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah 46 and 13. We read that already?
Wow.
Go ahead, read that for me when you can.
Okay, want to pick it up?
Yes.
Isaiah 46 and 13.
Mm-hmm.
I bring my righteousness; it shall not be far off, and my salvation shall not tarry.
My righteousness shall not be far off, and my salvation shall not tarry. Go ahead.
I will place salvation in Zion for Israel, my glory.
One more time. I will what?
I will place salvation in Zion.
I will give salvation to who? Zion?
In Zion.
In Zion.
For Israel.
For who?
Israel.
For who?
Israel.
Go ahead.
My glory.
Y'all understand. This is from you, not nobody else. Where is Zion? Go ahead. Jerusalem. You get what I'm saying? That's where Zion is. Where is Jerusalem? Where is Jerusalem? Right here. Jerusalem is New York City. That's our Jerusalem today. That's headquarters. You understand?
Okay.
That's where our salvation is, and that's where it started. Y'all understand that, right?
No.
Let's go. I get a couple more priests and we're going to change the topic, all right? We're going to transfer from this to about World War III in a second, and then we're going to go over a couple out of worship precepts, all right? Romans 9 and 4.
It's the book of Romans 9, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Who are Israelites?
Well, what?
Who are Israelites?
Go ahead.
To whom pertaineth the adoption?
The adoption, or for who to pertain to the adoption. What's the adoption? Cressa?
To be able to have the ability to come back to the truth after being in the world.
Absolutely. God, that is the adoption. That is the people who swore the covenants. All right. Go ahead.
And the glory.
Uh-huh.
And the covenants.
Mm-hmm.
And the giving of the law.
And the what?
And the giving of the law.
Go ahead.
And the service of God.
Mm-hmm.
And the promises.
Go ahead.
Verse 5.
That's
Who
it.
are the fathers?
That's it. That's
Okay.
it. Matthew 1 and 21. And someone give me Luke 1 and 68.
It's the book of Matthew 1, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
And she shall bring forth a son.
Yep.
And thou shalt call his name Yahushua.
Go ahead.
For he shall save his people.
He just say whose people?
His people.
Go ahead.
From their sins.
There you go. Right. So now, this is the man who is supposed to be who did die for us, right? Who laid down his life for us. We'll get a little pedigree. We gotta understand who the Israelites are and who Christ died for. Christ died for those Israelites. So same people who was given the adoption and given the covenant. And what else they say it for?
Promises.
The promises, right? So now give me Luke 1 and 68.
The book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 68.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed is the Lord God of Israel, for he has visited and redeemed his people.
He what?
Visited and redeemed his people.
69?
And has raised up a horn of salvation for us.
77?
In the you still want 69, sir?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The rest of 69, yes.
In the house of his servant David.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 77.
Mm-hmm.
To give knowledge of salvation to his people.
To give knowledge of salvation to who?
To his people.
To whose people?
His people.
Perfect. Now give me this. John 4 and 22.
The book of John, chapter 4, verse 22.
Uh-huh.
Ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship.
One more time.
The book of John, chapter 4, verse 22.
Who was Christ talking to at this point? It's the woman at the well, right? There's the woman at the well. He's telling this this Hamite, right? Who thinks she's an Israelite, right? She thinks she's an Israelite. She thinks she's one of us. And Christ tells her what from 22 from the top?
Verse 22. Ye worship ye know not what.
You don't know what you worship. Go ahead.
We know what we worship.
Uh-huh.
For salvation is of the Jews.
Salvation of the who?
Is of the Jews.
Of the who?
Of the Jews.
That's okay. So now when you know about Christ returning, right? And you know about the suffering, the poverty, the oppression that Black and Hispanics had to go through. Those are the people who are going to be saved. You understand that?
Okay.
And in that, you have to know that what? You are the people that have to go through those things, to be beat down and all these things, to really understand what it means to be saved. The white man does not understand what it means to be saved. And he will never understand it until he's under your foot. You understand? He doesn't think about salvation. He doesn't think about hope of change and things like that. He thinks about domination. That's what he thinks. You the only people that can even feel that way because you're the people who needs it. Y'all get that? Like think about, like wrap it around your head. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even know how it feels to be dominant, to run through or run a country. You don't know how that feels. But you definitely know how it feels to be helped. You get that? It's almost sad. You know what I'm saying? It's almost sad, but it is true. You can understand it, right? Most people can't understand it because they're running the world. That's why the white man is so he's so ego, like he has a super big ego. He believes that when Christ returns, he can go to war with him.
Right.
Like he thinks he can fight him. You get what I'm saying? That's what they plan on doing. They plan on stop fighting each other and what? Turning and fighting Christ and the angels. You know how much of an ego you must have to think that way?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get some more. Where we at? Let me Acts 4 and 10. Yeah, you done with 22?
Come on, that's
Let me get Acts 4 and 10.
The book of Acts, chapter 4, verse 10.
Uh-huh.
Be it known unto you all, and to all the people of Israel,
Go ahead.
that by the name of Yahushua Mashiach of Nazareth,
Go ahead.
whom ye crucified,
Whom you what?
whom ye crucified,
Go ahead.
whom God raised from the dead, even by him doth this man stand here before you whole. Verse 11.
Go ahead.
This is a stone which was set not at you builders, which is become the head of the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 12. Neither is there salvation in any other.
Go ahead.
For there is none other. For there is none other name under heaven given among men, whereby we must be saved.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 13. Now when they saw the boldness of Peter and John, and perceived that they were unlearned and ignorant men, they marveled, and they took knowledge of them that they had been with Yahushua.
Yeah.
Mashiach.
Yeah. They stood so stiffly and so strong and let them know what they were standing on, right? They was real priests, right? Real priests. And they letting them know there is no other salvation but the one I'm giving you right now. That's something we say all the time, right? What do we say that sounds familiar to what they just said? Go ahead.
This is the home of the truth.
This is the home of the truth, right? This is 100% the truth. Anywhere outside of this is fake.
Right.
That's what Peter and Paul just said. Is that Peter? I'm sorry, I said Peter and Paul?
Peter and John.
Peter and John just said, they told you this. This is 100% true. There's no other salvation but what the word I'm giving you. And this is the name that you need to go under. It's the name that you have to listen and abide by, is this one. If you go outside of this, you'll fail.
Right.
That's what they said. So when we say the same thing, mind you, we're saying the same thing as the prophets of old. You understand? Solid. We good to go on that. Let me get 3 more precepts and we can run. Acts 13 and 22. Hey, Slack, if you don't mind. I got that ginger beer right there and the ice in the freezer. Anybody else can pick it up too.
The book of Acts, chapter 13, verse 22.
Uh-huh.
And when he had removed him, he raised up unto them David to be their king.
He raised up unto them who?
David to be their king.
Go ahead.
To whom also he gave testimony
Mm-hmm.
and said, I have found David, the son of Jesse, a man after my own heart, which shall fulfill all my will.
This is Acts 13:22, right?
Come, sir.
Who's saying this? This is Paul. This is Paul speaking about what Nathan said. You understand, right? In the old times. Why is it important? Because this is the same man that Christ came through. Right? Read it from the top.
Come, sir.
I'm sorry, not Nathan. What's the brother name?
Jesse.
No. Who was the prophet at the time?
Oh,
Samuel. Go ahead.
The book of Acts, chapter 13, verse 22. And when he had removed him, he raised up unto them David to be their king.
To be their who?
Their king.
Go ahead.
To whom also he gave testimony and said.
Stop right there. Another voting precept you need to use too. Who did he raise up? One more time from the top.
Slack him. Verse 22. And when he had removed him, he raised up unto them David.
They raised up onto who?
Unto them David.
Go ahead.
To be their king.
You understand? Why is this a voting precept? Because no one voted for David. You understand, right? David was appointed to demand to be in charge because of the Lord wanted him to be in charge. You see how that works, right? No one got to vote for him. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
A little kid at the time, right?
He was a kid. He was a kid that wasn't even chosen out of his brothers to come see the prophet. You get what I'm saying? When Samuel walked by the brothers and he was going to feel the spirit on which one it is, he walked by and said, "These ain't. You have another son?" You get what I'm saying? He's like, "It's not them." He's like, "Yeah, we got another son, but he's a sheep. He protects the sheep." You know what I'm saying? I know he's our youngest son. I know you're not talking about him. He said, "Yeah, bring him." And when he saw him, he's like, "That's him." You get what I'm saying? That's what the Lord wanted to choose. A man after his own heart. All right, good to go on that. Romans 1:16. Hey, Nappy.
The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
For I am not ashamed of the gospel
Right.
of Christ.
Right. One more time from the top, so
Verse 16. Romans 1, verse 16. Chapter 1, verse 16.
Uh-huh.
For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ.
Go ahead.
For it is the power of God unto salvation to everyone that believeth.
It's the power of God unto salvation that everyone that who?
Believeth.
Go ahead.
To the Jew first.
To the what?
To the Jew first.
Go ahead.
And also to the Greek.
Uh-huh. That's it. That's it, right?
Yes.
Break it down. That's that. To the Jew first and then to the Greek.
To the Jew first and the Greek?
Yeah.
To the ones who know the truth.
Who's the ones?
The Israelites.
The Israelites. There you go.
The Israelites that know the truth, that follow the laws and the commandments, and to the ones who are a stranger to the law.
The Greeks.
To the Greeks.
Yeah, break down the Greek part. Who are the Greeks?
The Greeks are the Israelites that live in Greece at the moment.
There you go. Those are the Greeks. Now a Christian would say, "See, he's talking about the Greeks." What should your rebuttal be when you got a battle with a Christian that says, "What happens when he said to the Jew first and then to the Greek?" What should your rebuttal be? Go ahead.
So pretty much what you're saying is that it's just for Jews and Greeks.
Yes. Always bring that out right away. So okay, no problem. What race are you? I'm Chinese. All right, so you can't be saved then. Because you said you just said only the Jews and Greeks can be saved.
Right.
You get what I mean? And then he's just cut in his battle. All right. So good to go. And I can open up the floor for questions before I get into the next topic. If y'all got any questions.
Go on, sir.
Go ahead, Ash.
It's a simple question, sir. It's nothing crazy. I'm just trying to understand what it means. 1 Corinthians 14:2.
1 Corinthians 14:2.
Yeah, come.
Okay, go ahead. Know when you're ready. You got it? You got it?
I'm looking for it. Right here, sir.
Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 14:2. 1 Corinthians 14:2. For he that speaketh in an unknown tongue speaketh not unto men, but unto God. For no man understandeth him. Howbeit in the spirit he speaketh mysteries. So I get what he's saying, but I just this is the last part that I'm trying to comprehend correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Where it says, howbeit in the spirit he speaketh mysteries. I know it's not as deep as it seems. I'm trying to.
No, sir. Read from the top. One more time. Break it down.
Constant. Read from the top?
Yeah.
Sir. 1 Corinthians 14:2.
Mm-hmm.
For he that speaketh in
Go to one up, verse 1.
Sir. 1 Corinthians 14:1. Follow after charity and desire spiritual gifts.
What is charity? Go ahead.
Brotherhood.
Brotherhood.
Commandments.
Brotherhood.
Brotherhood.
Follow after the brotherhood and desire spiritual gifts. Spiritual gifts is that's what you should desire. What's a spiritual gift that you should have, that you should desire? Go ahead.
Oh, that I should desire?
I mean, anyone. Just,
Oh, like some brothers have the spiritual gift of counsel, teaching.
yeah, exactly. It's counsel, teaching, strength, spiritual strength, focus. They can speak the Hebrew. Like, you know, those are all gifts. You know what I mean? Verse 2.
Sir. For he that speaketh in an unknown tongue,
That he that speaketh in an unknown tongue, go ahead.
speaketh not unto men, but unto God.
Uh-huh.
For no man understandeth him, howbeit in the spirit he speaketh mysteries.
For no man understandeth him, howbeit in the spirit he speaketh mysteries. Go to verse 3.
Verse 3. But he that prophesies speaketh unto men to edification and exhortation and comfort.
Uh-huh. So 2, okay. So verse 2 is talking about a cat. All right, read it again.
So verse 2. For he that speaketh in an unknown tongue speaketh not unto men, but unto God.
Right. So now, what does that mean? Go ahead.
Meaning a man who speaks like a man who speaks in another language, he's not speaking to the brother because the brother don't understand him, but God understands all languages. So God knows what he's saying, but this particular brother don't speak Spanish. So
No. Verse 3 told you the answer. Read 2 again.
Verse 2. For he that speaketh in an unknown tongue speaketh not unto men, but unto God.
Uh-huh.
For no man understandeth him, howbeit in the spirit he speaketh mysteries.
Right. This a cat that is not speaking to men. Remember what did Paul say? To them I became a Jew. You know that precept?
Counselor.
To them I became to them I became a Jew. To the Greeks I became a Greek, and to the Jews I became a Jew. This cat is not even trying to be relatable. If I'm bringing it down right, I think I remember this. Go ahead, read it again.
Counselor, verse 2. For he that speaketh in an unknown tongue speaketh not unto men, but
Uh-huh.
unto God.
Go ahead.
For no man understandeth him, howbeit in the spirit he speaketh mysteries.
Uh-huh.
Verse 3. But he that prophesies speaketh unto men to edification and exhortation and comfort.
Perfect. So I ain't gonna break it down. 80% of it is saying it's a brother who does not speak the truth. It's a cat who is not plain, like a plain speaker. See how the verse 3, the brother is speaking and everybody understands him, and now they're comforted by what he says. But the other cat, they don't understand what he is. He is doing the what Christians do. Hashkalababa. You get what I'm saying? But let me not that. Don't take that. Don't teach that yet. Let me get that correct. All right.
All right.
Any other questions? Good to go?
Counselor.
All right, no sweat. Let me get a couple of breakdowns. Let me get some auto worship real quick. Let me get 4 precepts in the America's Gonna Be Destroyed real quick. Zephaniah 3 and 8. You got it?
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord,
Yep.
unto the day that I rise up to the prey.
Mm-hmm.
For my determination is to gather the nations,
You understand? Go ahead.
that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation,
Right.
Salakia, indignation,
Yep.
even all my fierce anger.
Mm-hmm.
For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
You understand, right? This is what the Lord said about all the other nations. He's going to gather them up to what? Put them to death. Where? In the valley of Jehoshaphat, in the valley of decisions, in the Middle East. You understand, right? That's what he's saying. He's going to put them to death with his indignation, and he's going to, what that last line say?
Even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy.
With the fire of his jealousy, which is, what's the fire of his jealousy? Go ahead.
Missiles, sir. Like
Yeah, thermal nuclear warfare. Yeah, y'all understand, right? Thermonuclear warfare is this. Give me Zephaniah 14 and Zechariah 14 and 12. And then give me Isaiah 31 and 1.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 14, verse 12.
Uh-huh.
And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
This is also thermonuclear warfare. You understand? Go this way. If you go look up what nuclear bombs, is it atomic bombs, right? Atomic bombs does to people, it disintegrates people. This is what the Lord said that he will make happen. You understand? Like it disintegrates people. If it drops, like if you go look at what's that? Those two cities in Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Remember when they dropped the bombs? What happened to them people? Yeah, they got burnt so bad that their ashes went to the wall as them, like a shadow. You understand? That's what's gonna happen to America. That's what the Bible says. Go ahead.
Like, I think even the people that were not in that city of Hiroshima, Nagasaki, like just them by them seeing it messed up their eyes.
Yeah, and they suffer for it for another 30, 40, 50 years. You know what I'm saying? It's called what's it called?
Lieutenant Birth.
Yeah, no, it's
Radiation.
Radiation. You ever seen that show Chernobyl? You ever seen that one?
No, is it Russian?
I don't know if it's in Russia, but I believe so. But
Chernobyl.
Yeah, Chernobyl. That's about that. Not about Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but they're in hazmat suits walking around in a city because they can't be there. And then war happened, I think, years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's a long lasting effect. You understand? So you're not gonna be able to be in America, right? You're not gonna be able to be in America when this happens, right? Go ahead.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
Now, let me not get that mistaken with you have to leave America. Of course, we will be where? Where will we be? Where would the people that the Lord loves be? Go ahead. In a chariot. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be picked up by a chariot before this happens. But read again, so read where you at.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes,
Uh-huh.
and their tongues shall consume away in their mouth.
There you go. Go ahead.
Verse 13.
No, that's it.
Okay.
Now give me who got Isaiah 31 and 1. Go ahead.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 31 and 1.
And then give me Luke 10 and 18 and 2 Ezra 13 and 29.
Isaiah 31 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
Woe to those who go down to Egypt for help.
You go to where to help?
Egypt for help.
Go ahead.
And rely on horses.
Mm-hmm.
Who trust in chariots because they are many.
Go ahead.
And in horsemen because they are very strong.
Mm-hmm.
But who do not look to the Holy One of Israel.
They don't look to where?
The Holy One of Israel.
That's where you're not looking. You go down to Egypt. You go down to America. And you go look at them because they got the government behind them and government funding behind them and so-called, a safe place. And you got Kamala Harris, a black Indian white woman who people love. You got Donald Trump. You love him because he gave you a stimulus check. Like, you get what I'm saying? That's who you're going to help for, but you're not going to the Holy One of Israel. That's what the Bible says. Any more?
Nor seek the Lord.
Nor seek the Lord. Perfect. Luke 10 and 18. Also Job 18 and 11 says terror should be on every side. Y'all know that one, right? Luke 10 and 18.
Book of Luke, chapter 10 and verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven.
I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions,
Mm-hmm.
and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you.
Nothing by what? Should what?
Nothing by any means hurt you.
Go ahead.
Verse 20. Notwithstanding, in this rejoice not, that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven.
You understand that, right? The Lord said that Satan gonna come down. Satan gonna, like the lightning come down. That's how Satan's gonna hit the earth. Like war is gonna hit the earth. You get what I'm saying? The evilness gonna hit the earth. But nothing shall touch you. You understand that, right?
Okay.
Nothing shall touch you. But don't rejoice in that. Rejoice in that your name is in the book of life. Is that what it said? The book of life?
Written in heaven.
Written in heaven. You understand that? That's how you rejoice. Give me last one. 2nd Ezra 13:29.
It's the book of Esdras, chapter 13, verse 29.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth.
Go ahead.
Verse 30. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
He shall come to them as an astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. Go ahead.
31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another,
Go ahead.
one people against another, and one realm against another.
Go ahead.
Verse 32. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the sign shall happen which I showed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending.
Go ahead.
Verse 33. And when all the people will hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle and have one against another.
You understand that, right? That's what we talked about. When you see it, every man that's at war shall leave battle and go to seek what they seeing now. Go ahead.
Verse 34. And innumerable multitudes shall be gathered together, and thou sawest them willing to come, and to overcome him by fighting.
And they want to overcome him by fighting him. That's what I just talked about. This is what the Bible says. Go ahead.
Verse 35. But he shall stand upon the top of the Mount Sion. Verse 36. And Sion shall come, and shall be showed to all men, being prepared and builded, like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands.
Go ahead.
37. And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest.
Go ahead.
38.
Now, mind you, he said those inventions that they have, he's going to show them that they're nothing. You get what I'm saying? Like, you imagine, like, you ever seen in movies where they pull out their weapon and a man just moves his hand and the weapon just falls.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? The weapon just breaks. What movie is that? Is that Thanos or something?
There's a couple movies.
Couple movies, right? Where you see the weapons, they got they tanks, they missiles, you know what I mean? Whatever the hell they think they can shoot or sent to Christ and his angels, and then Christ just moves his hand like this and everything just disintegrates.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your wicked inventions, that's what he calls it. Your wicked inventions just disintegrates or goes away. As well as them. You get what I'm saying? Get your hand up.
No, so there's a movie that Captain Sharp brought out on Facebook. It's called X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah.
And it kind of refers to, like, it's kind of biblical because this ultimate powerful mutant returns to save the mutants.
Yeah.
From,
I see now. I'm a fan. Y'all know what you're talking about.
And it shows that he does like the whole, the weapons can't do nothing.
Right.
Power.
It's like X-Men Apocalypse. That's what it's called, right? So, like, yeah, he takes all the weapons because he got he has Magneto. He takes all the metals and sends them to his way. He makes a whole weapon around him, protecting him with all the metals. It's crazy. But yeah, that's what happens, though. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
Go ahead.
If I could, anything I noticed in the beginning of the movie, right when it starts, it shows Egypt.
Yeah,
right?
They're in Egypt.
And then it zooms into the pyramid, and it's a shield right there. So they know.
Yeah. We made those.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We made those. We made those coffins. All right. Any more? Salaki? That's it?
Yeah.
Most High in Christ. All right, good to go. We get into some idol worship. And no questions, right? All right, good. All right. All right, let's get to some idol worship precepts real quick. Idol worship. Give me Romans 15:4, Exodus 20:4, Wisdom of Solomon 13:1. I got your question. Let me see. Brother, question. Shalom. Are Yoruba Israelites? I know the Igbos are lost Israelite tribe. Those are all Africans. Them is all Africans. I'm gonna just tell you that right now. Igbos and wherever they Africans. You know what I'm saying? Now, what you would say is that there is some Israelites in Africa, just like there's Israelites all over the world. But most of them cats are African. You know what I'm saying? And we're not going to Africa for nothing. All right. We can have brothers in the school, you know what I'm saying? If we go check you out, make sure that you're a real Israelite and all that. But most of our brothers and sisters is right here in America, South America, Central America, Caribbean islands. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of Dennis Rodman brothers and sisters somewhere in the Philippines. You know what I mean? We're not going there though. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to find us. You know what I mean? Imagine there's 2 Israelites in Japan. Like, you think we got to go to Japan and start a camp? Them brothers got to start a camp right there. You know what I mean? Get your hand up. No, so let's go.
The book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4.
Uh-huh.
For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Right there. Those are things that are written before time, were written for our learning, right? Next precept. It's like any more?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Perfect. Mm-hmm. Next one.
You want us to put,
No, I called it. Exodus 20 and 4. I just got to go through these before we get to the meat.
Exodus 20 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
Right. Those are graven images that people worship, that people believe in. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't worship any of those things. Give me an example. Give me one. Come on, quick.
Sun.
The sun. Perfect. Give me another one.
White Jesus.
White Jesus. Right. Give me another one.
Cobblestone.
Cobblestone. Give me another one.
Virgin Mary.
Virgin Mary. Give me another one.
Cross.
The cross. That's the one I was waiting for. That Jesus Christ cross. You know what I mean? That cross that brothers wear. Jesus, peace, cross. That unk. They be worshiping now. Anytime I see a woman with an unk, I say, that's a slut. They slack, y'all. I just automatically think they stink. Like, that's what I think. Like, okay, that unk is everything to black people for some reason. Everyone wears the unk now. Y'all seen that, right? And they be thinking it gives them some type of spirituality, but it doesn't give them any spirituality. Go ahead.
Like, what about like women who believe that rocks that be a form of worship?
Like crystals?
Crystal rocks?
Well, are they worshiping no crystals?
Well, I believe they use it for like to take off the bad spirit or something like that.
Yeah,
So
that's garbage. You know what I mean? Women be doing. My real got some crystals. I'm like, what is this? It's like, oh, this is just a nice crystal. You don't really want to tell me. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm about to skip this thing. You know what I mean? So like women, I wouldn't care about that. As long as she ain't worshiping the crystal. You know what I'm saying? Don't worship the crystal. But whatever she believes in is not real about that crystal. They're like, this is the crystal you use for money to come in. Like, what? Oh, it's like believing in what's that called that people love to believe in? Astrology. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like people say, oh, I'm this way because I'm a Capricorn. You know what I mean? I'm mean because I'm a Leo. Whatever the hell. You're like, what? That's not why. You know? We know why.
Right.
All right. Wisdom of Solomon. So now there's no graven images that you should worship. People worship the sun, the moon, the stars. They worship what they worship in the sea. Anything in the sea, right?
Mermaids.
Huh?
Mermaids.
Mermaids?
I mean, I'm pretty sure somebody's worshiping the mermaids.
Oh, shit. Well, that comes from the Norsemen. You ever seen the what are those people called? Those things called that I used to sing. I think they're not called mermaids. Sirens, right? So sirens is what Norsemen believe in the sea, right? They used to be on the sea traveling and stuff like that. So now you ever seen the Starbucks coffee cup?
Right. I love it.
Yeah, that Starbucks coffee cup is that's the god of like bringing you in, like singing you in, like, you know what I'm saying, bringing you through. What they will also call like the god of addiction. You know what I mean? That's why they put her on that cup. You get addicted to this coffee. She brings you in with her music, really with that caffeine, with the coffee. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That comes from. It's called something. What's it called? Not Norseman, but it's called Go ahead.
Advertisement?
Huh?
Advertisement?
No. I'm talking about the belief thing. It is something.
It's
Not the Greek god. No. It's not the Greek myth, but it's the
Babylon?
no. Nordic, the Nordic beliefs. You know what I'm saying? That's where that comes from, right?
Wisdom of Solomon.
Wisdom of Solomon 13:1.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 1.
Right.
Surely vain are all men by nature,
Right.
who are ignorant of God.
Right. Surely men are all vain by nature who are ignorant of the Most High. Go ahead.
And could not out of the good things that are seen know him that is.
And out of the good things that are seen, they don't know who did this. Right. Go ahead.
Neither by considering the works did they acknowledge the workmaster.
Right. They acknowledge the works, but they never acknowledge the workmaster. They never said, I wonder who created this. They say the sun is beautiful, the sunset is beautiful, the water is beautiful, the stars are amazing, this view is amazing, but they never consider that the Lord made this. You know what I'm saying? Kreza.
You got a question, sir.
What's the question?
It says, like you serve on faith, officer of blah, blah, blah. If I may, other one, is there precepts on being a glutton? Is it a sin?
Yeah, there's precepts on being a glutton, and there's definitely a sin to be a glutton. You know what I'm saying? You can get that too. Let me pull that for you real quick. 1 second. I'm gonna get back on topic too. Gluttony in the Bible. Proverbs 23:20. Proverbs 23:20 through 21.
So like I said, 20.
23:20 through 21.
Okay.
Being big doesn't mean you're a gluttony. You understand this, right? Now, you a big brother, you a big sister. That don't mean you're a gluttonous. You know what I'm saying? Being a person who can't stop eating makes you a glutton. You know what I'm saying? Like being an alcohol, like drinking alcohol doesn't make you an alcoholic. But being a person who can't stop drinking alcohol, no matter what, makes you an alcoholic. You understand? Like all these things happen, that you should do everything in moderation. Like if I eat food and I get full, I'm gonna stop eating. But there's people who have food addiction that can't stop eating. They have to just keep eating and keep eating and keep eating. And it's like, damn, you got a problem. Go ahead.
You ever seen those documentaries where like those people laying in the bed, they're like obese and they can't get up?
So like,
Yeah.
yeah,
600 pounds.
600-pound life. I love watching that show. I was like, God damn, man, this is crazy. Because you see their breakfast. Oh my God, bro. I'm talking about every day.
Training table is sloppy.
Every day. It's like, it's not even like, oh, you're this hungry. It's an addiction to the food. You get what I'm saying? It's an addiction to the food. They can't be this hungry. Ain't nobody that goddamn hungry. Like, I don't give a damn. Ain't nobody that hungry. Ain't no way. Yeah, hell no. I refuse to believe that. But I can believe that you love the sugar. You know what I'm saying? I can believe that because they'll get like a pack of waffles. Like, you know, I want literally, let's say I'm 10 waffles, a whole thing of bacon. You know what I'm saying? Eggs, hash browns, a damn whole thing of orange juice, a carton, right? Does it do a carton of orange juice or something like that? You know what I'm saying? That's just breakfast. Like, I mean, that's not someone that's hungry. That's someone who has an addiction. You can put a precept on Proverbs 23.
Proverbs 23:20.
Uh-huh.
Be not among wine bibbers, among riotous eaters of flesh.
Go ahead.
Verse 21. For the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty.
The drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty. You shouldn't be, there's another precept on gluttony too, though. You shouldn't be a person who continues to eat after they're done being full. That's all. That's what makes you a glutton. Someone who eats continuously makes you a glutton. You know what I'm saying? If you get hungry every hour, you got high metabolism. But you should work out. You know what I'm saying? Work out. You know what I mean? If you're hungry all the time, you should work out. Or maybe you should get checked out. Some people got tapeworms. Y'all heard that before, right? Some people got those where you got worms in your body who eats half the meal you eat. And that's why you're always hungry. So you want to check it out, though. You know what I mean? But being big or, you know, that doesn't mean you're a glutton. Being a glutton is someone who overeats constantly. That's a glutton. And that is a sin. That's like I said, that's like being someone who drinks too much alcohol. and you're past being drunk and you're still drinking alcohol. You're pissing on your pants and you're still drinking alcohol. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's a sin. Give me some more. Give me some more people that's
like that overdo it.
Yeah.
Like, could be with women. Like,
women, for sure. You know what I mean? Some people have sex with women. Like, but okay, there's a man who has sex with women and bites off more than he can chew. You understand? He has 10 wives and he can't handle it. He has 2 wives and he can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say it's more like another thing too. Like, my brother ain't doing it to get a wife. He's just doing it to, say you just want to have sex with a woman and throw her away.
Yeah.
And that would be you overdoing it. You just bust that.
Yeah, for sure. That's being a hormone. You know what I'm saying? That's a sin as well. You know what I mean? So you don't want to do that. But to answer your question, being a glutton is a sin, and it's all it is overeating. That's what a glutton is.
Right.
Go ahead, pull it.
Deuteronomy 31 and 20.
Deuteronomy 31 and 20. Go ahead.
I'm gonna start from 19. Okay, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Deuteronomy 21 and 19. Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him, and bring him out unto the elders of the city,
Mm-hmm.
and unto the gate of this place. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, This our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard.
Mm-hmm.
And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones, and that he shall die.
You understand that, right? You should, and you're gonna be stoned for being this way. In the Old Testament, you get stoned for being a glutton. You know what I mean? So don't be a glutton. You know what I mean? Don't be a glutton. And more importantly, like, your life, your body isn't yours. Remember that Christ said in the Bible, it says your body is the Lord's temple. You know what I mean? And your body belongs to the Most High, not your own self. You know what I'm saying? And it's unbrotherly. You know what I mean? It's unbrotherly to be that way. We don't want to see you suffer. You know what I'm saying? Anyone that has that, we don't want to see you suffer that way, especially with something you can control. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
I was just thinking about it too. Like, do you think, let's say you got a glutton in your house, you start eating up all your food too. Eating his food.
Oh, yeah.
Start eating everybody else's food.
Yeah. You don't care. You're a glutton. It's like an alcoholic. You can't have alcohol in a house with a person that's an alcoholic. You're going to drink all your alcohol. You like, I ain't going to drink. Goddamn. I left some beer here and I don't mind. Then you come back again. You like, well, I can't leave the liquor in the fridge, or I can't leave the liquor on the counter. I got to put it away. You know what I mean? You got to put it away. You don't got no discipline. All right. Managing your money. The precept on managing your money. There's definitely some money precepts. Hold on, hold that out of worship thing real quick, all right? Let me get some precepts for this brother right here.
I think I have some, sir.
Right here. Let me get some right quick. What you got, Ash?
I'm trying to find it still.
Let me get Ecclesiastes 5 and 10. And let me get Proverbs 22 and 16. And then Job 20 and 10. Let me get those 3 real quick, all right? So let me get, young man, can you give me Ecclesiastes 5 and 10? Cross out, can you give me 22 and 16 Proverbs? And then Laha, can you give me Job 20 and 10? And Nazazak, give me Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. All right, let's go, young man. You got it?
Come.
Mm-hmm.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 10.
Yep.
He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver,
Mm-hmm.
nor he that loveth abundance with increase. This is also vanity.
Yep.
Verse 11. When goods increase, there are increased that eat them.
When you love silver, when you love money, you would never be satisfied with money. Ask everyone that's rich. They're not satisfied. You know what I'm saying? They're not satisfied with having that money, any more money. You know what I'm saying? Now I understand your question was, is there anything about managing your money? There is definitely a way you can manage your money. And I'll tell you a quick one you could do. Just pay your tithes. You know what I'm saying? Pay your tithes. I'll say that. And then there's another solution for money management is make more. You understand? That's just a short solution for it. Managing your money in society is the hardest thing ever to do, especially if we're relatively poor. Y'all understand, right? Like you probably got, you probably can. There's some brothers who think they're not poor because everything is paid for, and it's fine. But as a people, we're poor. You get what I'm saying? Don't think about yourself. As a whole, we're poor. If one person makes it, it's 10. He got 10 people who don't got it. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why most people, when they get money, they want to get the hell away from everybody. Y'all know that, right? People that make money, they want to get the hell away from people because they know that that person doesn't have it like they do. And what does that mean? When you're in that circle, what's going to happen? You're going to have to help people. You understand? That's what happens. And when they say, "Oh, I can never get ahead because of this or that," that's why you got money. You get it? Y'all understand, right?
Right. Selfish.
Huh?
Selfish.
No, I'm saying you got money so you can help people around you.
I thought you saying that's why. Yeah.
Yeah, you get it? But no, I'm saying that's our concept.
All right.
And the world's concept is get the hell away from them.
Right.
You get what I mean? But I will always say the solution to money managing is to make more money. That's the shortest answer I can give you. And it sounds like, of course, that's what I want to do, but that is a solution. Other than that, you're gonna have to pay your bills. You got to fight tooth and nail. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to suffer. You're gonna have to go behind. Sometimes you gotta put things on. You gotta put your bills on that way. You gotta put the minimum on the minimum. You feel me? You have to do that. You have to beg, borrow, and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things that's our life. Now, if I were to tell you, now, of course, I can always give you some counsel on how to money manage, but at the same time, how? You get what I'm saying? How? You got to pay for 10 things plus to live. You know what I mean? It's rough. Don't ever get that twisted. So the best answer I could give you is make more money. Make more money. Do what you got to do to get it. Find a way. Find a way where you can have the same hours you have at work right now. It's like I ain't see your hand up. Where you do the same hours you have at work right now and compound it with more income by doing something that's better than what you're doing now. You know what I'm saying? That's why people go back to school. That's why people go find a trade. They go find this. Some people might grab 2 slaveries. Whatever you gotta do, get it now. And you'll realize, oh, I don't gotta money manage. I got more money than I ever thought I could have. It's different now. You know what I'm saying? Now you can have more money. And even when you have more money, you ain't gonna be able to money manage. That's how it works. You just really though, it's never really about it. You just make sure that you're taking care of everything. You know what I mean? Hopefully you can put away for a rainy day and all that. But I would always say this: every time you get a check, you pay your tithes, you pay what you need to pay, put something up and forget about it. Whether it's $20, $100, $20, whatever you could, put something away. $10, put it up and away, and don't think about it. That's not my best answer, but that's my second best answer. But the best answer is always get some more. Who cross out? You got a question?
I was gonna say just to add, I had a person to add on to what you were saying.
Go ahead.
About if you're a brother with money.
Yeah.
It says Ecclesiasticus 29:10. It says, "Lose thy money for thy brother and thy friend,
There you go.
and let it not rust under a stone to be lost."
Perfect, man. Lose thy money over a brother and a friend, and let it not rest under a stone to be lost. Rust is right. Rust, right? Don't let it rust under a stone to be lost, man. Yeah, it's rough out here. You know what I mean? Don't ever get that twisted, trooper. I mean, it's like an officer. You know what I mean? Don't ever get that twisted. But I would say though, man, the best way is to get a better slavery, so you can have more money or get another slavery. All right, who got that cross up?
Proverbs, it's like
22 and 16.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 22.
I mean, the white man is the devil, all right? Every time you go get some money, you're going to make things more expensive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was at the store today. I said, ain't no way this costs this much. Yo, I got some groceries. And I was like, wait, hold on. Wait. I was throwing stuff in the cart, right? I'm putting stuff in the cart. Like, yeah, I need this. Ah, cool. I'm doing the math. I was like, yeah, that's solid. I'm good. I get to the thing like, I'm like, ooh. I'm seeing it just go up and up, right? I'm like, you don't want to be that cat that be like, hey, I don't need that. You don't want to be that cat. You just like, I'm in it now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I should have did better than this because god damn. You know what I mean? But I'm like, all right, well, it is what it is at this point. I just got to do better next time. But what I realize is, no, things is more expensive. You know what I'm saying? Things are more expensive than it ever been. Go ahead,
I went Same thing happened to me. I went and bought deodorant, toothpaste, and chapstick.
$50.
20, like 20 something.
Yeah.
Like $10 or something. Like,
Yeah, it's rough, man. It's rough, like for real, for real. It's nothing you could do. You know what I'm saying? Or nothing you could do is just get some more. You know what I'm saying? Get some more money. You know what I mean? All the essentials and stuff, man, buy double. You know what I mean? I'll go get double of that. You know what I'm saying? And let it and make it last. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it is what it is, though. Read it from the top.
Proverbs 22 and 16.
Mm-hmm.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 16.
Yeah.
He who oppresses the poor to increase his riches, and he who gives to the rich will surely come to poverty.
You understand that? He that oppresses the poor. What we just talking about, right? He that oppresses the poor and what?
He who oppresses the poor increases his riches.
He increases his riches. That's how they do it. That's how they get above, right? That's how our enemy gets above you, by what? Oppressing you more. Because what does oppressing you more do? Makes you go get more hours. You know what I'm saying? You got to work more hours for his company. You know what I'm saying? And what does it do? It stretches you thin. Why do you think black people and Hispanic people become the way they are today? It's because they're oppressed. So much so, like they think about it, bills constantly trouble someone's mind. Constantly. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think black and Hispanic people are angry? Why? Anyone who's angry is someone who needs money. If you ain't need no money, what the hell? You're not angry. Right. You know, ain't nothing to be angry for. You know what I mean? You got money, you straight. But if you don't got no money, you're pissed off. You know what I'm saying? You working 40, 50 hours a week, and it's rough. It's just hell. And that's why your enemy is constantly oppressing you, right? And he is getting richer by it. Go ahead.
And he who gives to the rich will surely come to poverty.
And he that gives to the rich will surely come to poverty. So we'll always stay in that position where you're being poor. You know what I mean? You got that, Lahab?
Oh, you want a Job 20 and
20 and 10.
Okay. Job 20 and 10.
I'm coming to you, not Zach.
Job 20 and 10.
Uh-huh.
His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods.
His children shall what?
Shall seek to please the poor.
His children shall seek to please the poor. Go ahead.
And his hands shall restore their goods.
And his hands shall restore his goods. Go ahead.
His bones are full of the sin of his youth.
Come on, man. That, you know what I'm saying? That's who this devil is, man. His devil want to what? Please, he wants to please the poor. How does he please the poor, Lahab?
How does children please the poor?
Yeah, this is talking about the white man. How do his children please the poor? Yeah, give me how would you please someone who's poor? You're gonna when I say it,
like things like that?
Yes. But I want you to say there's one more you should say. That brothers love to get, especially when I was growing up, they used to love getting this. Anybody know? Hey, Ash.
So like you say when you were young?
I mean, I would hear this coming up, like, oh yeah, I got that, so I'm good.
I was get a job.
Job?
Okay.
Huh?
Drugs?
No. Overtime.
Oh, overtime.
You ever heard that before? Ain't that hell?
Yeah.
Like, I got overtime, so I get the overtime pay. I got a time and a half. I'm ready to do this. Like I used to sit in front of my pops or my uncle, whatever, or just older men, right? And they be like, "Yeah, I got that time. I get the time and a half pay right here. Then I get the overtime pay." Like that's they'll be pleased by that. Go ahead.
That'll be right now.
Yeah. but that's how you please the poor. You feel me? Brothers got to do all these things. They got to go act like they don't live with their wife, so they get the EBT and the what's that? What they get on the first? The cash aid. They get the cash aid and the EBT. So that's cool. That's income. That's groceries and some income. Then he got the job because she got to say that she's a whore, right? She got to say that she's a whore and she don't know who her husband is, her man is, so they can live together. You get what I'm saying? So they live together, so he don't get on child support, and so they can have income. You feel me? so she can take care of the kids at home because they can't afford daycare. There's programs for daycare, but that program just suck. You get what I'm saying? So like that's the oppression that you have, but they manage. You get what I'm saying? They definitely manage. Go ahead.
Salaki, sir. And the twist to that is they let you get all of that and still put the men on child support.
Yeah,
because you got to pay for that.
Of course. You know what I mean? It's gonna hit you. It's gonna catch up to you. Ain't no really getting away. You know what I mean? But for the time being, because once she mad at you, it's all that's over. Once the real get mad at you, now you're on child support. You got the crib. Now your job is in jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? All these things happen.
And then you're in arrears as well.
Don't talk about the arrears.
It's in a cut somewhere until they get mad.
Don't talk about the arrears. The arrears, I told someone the other day, arrears give people tears. You know what I'm saying? Arrears is something you like, oh, I got child support. But arrears is like compounding interest, right? It hits you from the side, like, what? Oh, huh? I remember I was done paying child support. I'll give you a personal story. I was done paying child support. I had a lot of child support now. Done paying it. And I cleared it and everything. I was able to get my license back and all that. And I think probably like 3 weeks later, they're like, oh. I was like, yeah, I'm trying to do something, but it's not going through. It's like, oh, yeah, it said you still owe this. I was like, hell no, I just paid it. Like, oh, those are arrears. I was like, I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry. I was like, oh my God. I was sick to my stomach, like physically sick. I said, this is hell. That's what the hell is. You know what I'm saying? Arrears is compounding interest. This was when you didn't pay your stuff on time.
Oh.
And it came later. And it's sick because they do it. They wait till you pay it off, damn near. Then they hit you with that on the back end.
So every time you miss the payment,
yes. Because sometimes you miss a payment for a year. You know what I'm saying? It could be a year you ain't paid. You know what I mean? 2 years you ain't paid, but that compounding interest keeps going and going and going. That don't stop. You got to clear that as well as a child support. It's hell. All right. Let me give you a couple more. Where you at up? Oh, so like give me Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. You got that, Natazak?
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, and verse 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense.
Wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense as well. You understand that, right? Money is definitely a defense against anything. That's why you should get some. You should get some money, because when you pop a tire, you're gonna realize, oh my God. You've been driving, and that tire pop, you like, damn. That's a hole in my pocket. Or what I had to go change a fuel pump in my car. Cost like $1,800 or something like that. It was expensive. 18 or 36, I forget. It was like a year ago. But I remember I was like, damn, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay that. Your car to keep going. Like, these are things that happen. So money can be a defense for those situations. Present.
I was about to say, I just popped I had to just change my front two tires. One of them popped on the road.
Today?
Not today.
Oh.
About like a month ago.
Yeah, those things happen. And for most people, that might put somebody in a hole.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That put you in a hole. Like, oh man, $400. I went to the tire shop. I went to get an oil change. And it was like, hey, your back tires, man, they kind of getting bald. I was like, damn, for real? Mind you, I don't really drive my rib dust. I'm like, damn, all right, let me change them. It's like, okay. They told me the total. I was like, damn. For 2 tires, where's your used tires? It's one of them. They was like, we don't even carry used tires. I said, damn, that's cold, bro. Like, that's really something, man. I said, you think I'll make it? Of course, I had to get the tires, but those things happen. You know what I'm saying? Those things happen out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So money is a defense. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Good to go on that. But yeah, I would say that officer, you know what I'm saying? Definitely get some counsel on how to do it. You know what I mean? But generally, always tell somebody, man, go get some more money. And I don't say that to sound condescending. That's just the term. That's just the solution for everything. You know what I'm saying? Find a way to get it. You know what I mean? You got to find a way to go get it. All right. Good to go. I got a lot of money preachers, but I'm gonna stop right there. Let me get this couple of these out of worship. Let me get Psalms 135 and 15 and Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12, and then we'll end it with that. All right. Oh, Habakkuk. Now we got to get Habakkuk 2 and 18 too. So Psalms 135 and 15. You got that for me, young man?
It's the book of Psalms 135, verse 15.
Uh-huh.
The idols of the heathen are silver and gold,
Yeah.
the work of men's hands.
Mm-hmm.
16.
The work of whose hands?
Men's hands.
Right. The idols of the heathen are silver and gold. The work of man's hands. Go ahead.
16. They have mouths, but they speak not.
Mm-hmm.
Eyes have they, but they see not.
Mm-hmm.
17. They have ears, but they hear not.
Go ahead.
Neither is there any breath in their mouths.
Perfect. Mm-hmm.
18. They that make them are like unto them.
Mm-hmm.
So is everyone that trusteth in them.
Perfect. So now Molech, right? Everybody understand who Molech is? Molech was literally a god that they worship, right? So now people always say this, that we worship the shield of David. Everybody knows we don't worship the shield of David, right?
Right.
Because I wear it around my neck. They symbolize, because they worship that cross, they think we worship the shield. This shield is, what do we wear this shield for? Because it's a representation of our Christ King, who sits on the throne. You know what I'm saying? Who sits on David's throne. You know what I mean? On the right-hand side of the Most High. And this was David's signature. So we rock it because of that. Not because we think it gives us powers. Not because we think we're protected by wearing it. You could be a person in the world and rock a shield and you still get popped. Right. You know what I'm saying? That don't protect you for nothing. But we are hardcore and we want to represent our king. You understand? So don't ever get that twisted. When we rock our shield, it ain't never because we worship it. We don't worship it. You understand? All right. That's perfect. So 130. You got 18 yet? You read 18, huh? Oh. Perfect. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12. So when you look at these other gods that the heathens worship, you can look up all the heathens gods. You look up Buddha, right? You look up Buddha and what Buddha is. You know who the real Buddha is, right? Yeah, that's Buddha. There's the real I think the real cat is the warrior cat.
Oh yeah, concert. The warrior.
The warrior cat. I forget his name. Buddha was his student. You know what I'm saying? Buddha was his student, but there was a cat who taught Buddha. That's the real one who they worship. You understand? And they spread his religion through the sword, not through peace, not through love, but through the sword by blood. All right. Those are many gods are like that. You know what I mean? Like what are them two Muslims in Saudi Arabia? They two Saudi Arabia or Ethiopia? The Sunni and give me those names. The Shiite that go to war with each other right now. They go to straight war, straight up killing each other because of their beliefs. You understand? Like the religion, religion is a thing of warfare. You feel me? Christianity was spread through the sword. You know what I mean? Through diseases and things like that. You know what I mean? That's how it was spread. All right. Wisdom of Solomon, who got it?
Go ahead. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication.
By the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication. By the devising of idols. Go ahead.
And the invention of them, the corruption of life.
You understand that? And through the invention of them, there came the corruption of life. Give me 2 Kings 17 and 15 real quick. Give me, you can read me Habakkuk 2 and 18. Habakkuk 2 and 18. 2 Kings 17 and 15. This is what happens when we serve other gods. You know what I'm saying? We went to go serve other gods. We left not religion. We left our beliefs and joined onto the heathen and made a graven image onto their God. And the Lord destroyed us for it. You understand? You got it? You hold that. Let me get 2 Kings.
2 Kings 17.
15. Mm-hmm. Just read 2 Kings 17 and 15.
Book of 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 15.
Go ahead.
And they rejected his statutes and his covenant that he made with their fathers and his testimonies, which he testified against them.
Go ahead.
And they followed vanity.
They followed what?
Vanity.
These talking about the Israelites. Go ahead.
And became vain and went after the heathen that were round about them, concerning whom the Lord had charged them that they should not do like them.
They should not do like what?
Like them.
So this is our people. They rejected all the testimonies of the Most High. They rejected his law and everything. And they joined the heathen and started to worship what they worship. Go ahead.
And they left all the commandments of the Lord their God and made them molten images, even 2 calves, and made a grove and worship all the hosts of heaven.
God damn. Can you understand that? All the host of heaven, meaning the stars, the moon, the sun. You know what I mean? They started to worship that over the Most High. The host of heaven is the things that are in the sky. Go ahead. Is that it?
And serve Baal.
And serve what?
And serve Baal.
And serve who?
Baal.
Baal. Who is Baal today? Baal is that white Jesus today, spiritually. You understand? That's who that is, spiritually. That's who we serve in the Christian church, is Baal, the spirit of Baal. All right, good to go? Let's go to where you at, Habakkuk, and it's the last precept.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
What profiteth the graven image that the maker thereof hath graven it?
Mm-hmm.
The molten image, a teacher of lies.
Go ahead.
That the maker of his work trusteth it therein to make dumb idols.
To make what idol?
Dumb idols.
Go ahead.
19. Woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake, to the dumb stones, arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst of it.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 20.
That's it. Perfect. Y'all understand that, right? I was playing, right? There's no. He said, "Wake up." He said to the wood, "Awake, awoke." To the to the stone, rise. You get what I'm saying? Right. Because people go around that damn cobblestone and they walk around. You know how many people didn't kiss that cobblestone up? Look up the diseases people got from kissing those cobblestones. Y'all know about that, right? Y'all heard that before, right?
I was thinking that.
They got diseases from kissing that cobblestone up. Yeah. That's the one thing they got to do if you want to be a real Muslim is circle, go to Mecca, circle that thing, you get what I'm saying, and kiss the cobblestone. Yeah. That's what they worship, right? You get what I mean? Them cats is crazy. Christians are crazy. Muslims are just as crazy. All right. Good to go. Put this in your precept book too. Wisdom of Solomon, 14 and 27. Daniel 3 and 12 through 25. All right, Daniel 3 and 12 through 25, Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 27. All right. With that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Priest and Officer Karatazar.
Men of Israel, we're gonna get one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Majim, should we stand? Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat. Majim, Rock.
How about Shem Yashar Baraka?
Yabashim Yashar Baraka.
Yes,